Hi, welcome back to Zach of All Trades. I'm Zach, and what follows is the saga of the SS Einhorn, a story at least a dozen years in the making. Years ago, while I was still on active duty in the military, stationed in a hostile land far, far away from home, I would occasionally be set upon by a bout of homesickness. One of the ways that I found that I could fend off that homesickness was through Google Earth. On Google Earth, I could go and visit and explore all of those places that I was homesick for. One day in probably 2013 or 14, I was cruising along visiting a lake that I had frequented as a kid, and I discovered in the Tules a boat. I watched over the years as the new imagery was updated and new photos were put on there, and that boat stayed there. So finally, when I moved home, after a couple of years of being home, I remembered about that boat. And while ice fishing with my boys on that same lake, I said, hey, let's walk across and see if that boat's still there. Now, mind you, this boat was not in a place where someone would have deliberately stashed it. It's on the opposite side of the lake, about 500 yards away from where the boat launch is. There's no other settlement or anything else around it, which might lead to saying that that is where someone would stash it, but it was upright. If someone was going to deliberately stash a boat, you would definitely put it upside down, and it stayed there for years and years and years. A boat had gotten away from someone. So the boys and I walked across the lake amid all the crazy sounds that a frozen lake makes, and we found, lo and behold, stuck in the reeds and the cattails, a boat. I had kind of figured it was probably an old wooden boat that wouldn't be worth anything. But instead, we found an aluminum boat that had been there long enough that all the thwarts had rotted away, but it was still all in one piece. Bent up a little bit, but still all in one piece. So last year, when one of my buddies came to visit, the four of us, my buddy and I and the two boys, jumped in the canoe and paddled across to see what was the chances that we could get that thing kind of up out of the muck and get it into the water. Problem the first was that it had no plug in it. So even if we did get it out of the muck, well, we weren't really going to be able to get it back. So a few days ago, when my family and I went fishing on this same lake, I brought along an assortment of wine corks. And on my way to find this boat again and see if one of these wine corks would fit, I happened upon Einhorn. Thought that was kind of cool. One of the corks, a champagne cork of all things, fit just perfectly. So we dragged the boat to an opening in the Tules. After a fair bit of effort, shoved it back out into the lake. After careful examination, it seemed as though the boat was going to keep most of the water out. And so it was paddled across the lake with a support boat close by. After ditching the support vessel, we cast off again and fished aboard the Einhorn for the very first time. At this point, it's appropriate to note that every effort is being made to track down whatever original owner may have lost this boat. But in the meantime, we're going to fix it up, and we're going to put it back on that lake, and we're going to use it to see if we can haul some monsters out of there. So sit back and relax while I give you a grand tour of the Einhorn. The SS Einhorn is a 1973 15'7" smoker craft. It has a fairly significant garden, and it has suffered some damage over the years. But with all that said, she still seems to be in fairly easily repairable condition. And it's true that the time and effort and hassle that may go into making this boat usable again probably would be a fairly even exchange for a couple of $100 where I could go buy a boat like this. But there wouldn't be any story in that. That wouldn't be any fun. First move is going to be to dig all the junk out of this thing. The literature on it says it's supposed to weigh 250 pounds. And I can say with certainty that it weighs much more than that. Between the boys and I, was all that we could do to get this thing up onto the trailer. Oh, look at that. Huh. There's holes in the seat. Huh. You gotta be pretty careful because one of the first things that I dug out of here was a bunch of beer bottles. Not that there's inherently anything wrong with a bunch of beer bottles, but I wonder if that may have contributed to why the boat got away. That was a quick and easy 30-pound diet. Ha! A sinker. Well, that was relatively painless. The only thing that's got me concerned, though, is if you look down there, I thought that that was all dirt. It turns out that that's foam, which means that everywhere between this line of rivets and that line of rivets in the bottom of the hull is closed cell foam. I think it's closed cell foam. That's been sitting in the water for 10 years, 12 years. That foam is waterlogged, which explains why this thing was so heavy when we tried to get it out of the lake. So I think that we're gonna have to address that. But for the moment, I'm gonna work on something a little bit different here. I feel like I might need another hand or two. Shame all my people are gone right now. Ha! What do you think of that? It ain't quite perfect. I could pull it back this way at this spot. Yeah. Though that needs to be further in. Ha ha! Now that, boys and girls, that'll do. That will do. And I gotta confess, that worked better than I thought it was going to. I thought that was gonna be more of a fight. Now let's see what we can do about the other side. Well, it's still got a little ways to go, but that's all the daylight that I've got for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video. Take care.